under 300,000 feet as it continues to speed back towards the Earth, traveling 24 times the speed of sound. Its current dropping or sinking rate is about 400 feet per second, or roughly 273 miles per hour. Landing now about 27.5 minutes away. The orbiter performed very well on this, its 12th landing. Atlantis is now at an altitude of about 254,000 feet, still traveling above Mach 24, which is roughly 16,300 miles per hour. The orbiter has begun its energy management phase of flight, in which it performs a series of rolls to help decrease speed and energy prior to landing. Atlantis is currently in a roll to the left, or a left bank. These rolls make the orbiter's ground track resemble an S pattern and helps moderate the buildup of drag and maintain heating within specified levels. The deorbit burn decreases the orbiter's energy by about 1%, and braking on the runway takes out about another 1% of the orbiter's energy. The remaining 98% must be decreased during the descent itself and is done through these roll maneuvers. 4 minutes and 20 seconds away from landing out at the Kennedy Space Center, range to the runway just over 2,600 miles. During today's entry, the orbiter Atlantis is performing what is known as program test inputs. This has the orbiter's computers firing jets and moving control surfaces to see how the vehicle responds. Information used from these tests, there are 6 scheduled for our entry activities today, will be used to help further define the aerodynamic capabilities of the orbiter. Atlantis is also now in a right bank. This is its first roll reversal of the series of maneuvers that are designed to decrease the orbiter's energy as it prepares to land at the Kennedy Space Center in about 12 minutes and 47 seconds. Velocity now about 11,000 feet per second, which equates roughly to about 7,500 miles per hour, altitude 173,000 feet. Range to Kennedy, about 420 miles. Controllers have had a chance to compare the ground-based radar data to the onboard state vector, and those comparisons are very good, and the vehicle continues to perform as expected and stays on the predicted ground track as we go into a left bank. Now about 9 minutes, 45 seconds away from landing. Range to the runway about 190 miles. Velocity about Mach 6. Mach 6 is just over 4,000 miles per hour. Altitude 133,000 feet. The Space Center now about 84 miles. Velocity just over 2,000 miles per hour. Altitude 95,000 feet. We now have our first view of the orbiter Atlantis from the long-range tracking cameras out in Florida.
Atlantis, Houston, take air data.
Roger, take air data.
That call signals the crew to allow information from the 2 air sensor probes on Atlantis' nose into the navigation data. This will increase its fidelity and help fine-tune it even more for landing, now about 6 minutes and 25 seconds away. Atlantis has also entered the area called the Terminal Area Energy Management phase of flight. This is the final conditioning of the orbiter for approach and landing. This is also the time at which the orbiter's computer software is switched to the next major mode for approach and landing. Atlantis is now crossing over the Titusville area, about 47 miles away from the landing at the Kennedy Space Center. Altitude 75,000 feet. Velocity just over 123 miles per hour, coming up on the Mach 1 mark.
Atlantis, Houston, you're looking good approaching the hack. No change to winds or weather.
Roger, Houston, thank you.
Atlantis has now entered the subsonic phase of flight, thus dropping below 1 time the speed of sound. Current altitude is about 46,000 feet. Velocity about 800 feet per second. Now 23 miles away from the runway as it approaches the heading alignment cylinder, also sometimes called the heading alignment cone. That's an imaginary turn that is used to align the orbiter with the runway, in this case Kennedy runway number 33. Atlantis continues to perform very well and maintains its place on its predicted energy and ground track.
Atlantis, we see you on energy at hack intercept.
Roger.
Atlantis is now making its right overhead turn to line up with runway number 33.
Atlantis on energy at the 180.
Roger.
Atlantis continued to perform very well as it makes this alignment turn, staying on the predicted energy levels.
Atlantis on energy at the 90.
Roger, Houston.
Atlantis continues to look good as it rolls onto its final approach. Now about a minute 15 seconds.
We see you on glide slope, on center line. Latest surface winds 130 at 2 knots.
Roger.
Atlantis continues to perform very well, now less than a minute away from landing at the Kennedy Space Center. Landing gears down and locked. Main gear touchdown. Main gear touchdown as Atlantis completes its 12th flight, returning to the Kennedy Space Center on runway number 33.
Houston, Atlantis will stop.
Copy, we'll stop, Atlantis. Welcome to Florida and congratulations. And Lauren, to you and your entire crew, we just want to say job well done and outstanding and hard work on this very challenging mission. You did great.
Thanks, Jim. And it's really nice to be back. And we'll talk to all you guys later. It was a great one, I tell you.
Copy that. We have no post-landing deltas at this time.
Roger, no deltas.
For the next several minutes, Atlantis' crew will be working through their normal post-flight procedures to secure the vehicle and safe it for approach by the convoy crew. This is Mission Control Houston. The crew on board Atlantis continues to work through their post-flight procedures. One in particular is to reposition the main engine bells into a position called the rain drain position. All these post-flight procedures continue to go very well, just continuing the tradition that was set on orbit of a very smooth running and clean vehicle. First in line was Commander Lauren Shriver, Pilot Andy Allen, Mission Specialist Marsha Ivan, Payload Commander Jeff Hoffman, Mission Specialist Claude Nicolier, Payload Specialist Franco Malerba, and Mission Specialist Franklin Chang Diaz.